What's the deal? It's your boy Rodney the Boss, multi-platinum and Grammy Award-winning producer of Lil Wayne on the Carter 3, Plies, Lil Boosie, Mr. Magic, Rocco. The list just goes on, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with my girl, Amber Alert, on the Takeover on the AATI network.
Hey, it's Riff. You rocking with Gemini the Queen.
What up, man? It's your boy DJ Nothing Nice, WNRDB, Orlando, Florida. You know, the palm tree lifestyle, that's how we get down. Grammy member, engineer, producer, RIAA member, you know, just entrepreneur worldwide, you know, just rocking, doing what we do right here, you know what I'm saying? With your homegirl, Gemini the Queen, on Amber Alert.
This was the scene at Monday's school board meeting in Dearborn, where the fire marshal had to end the meeting early, with the police chief also called to calm things down. The district will try again tomorrow night, but with some changes.
This all has to do with 6 books in the school's collection of 500,000. 6 out of 500,000.
Hey, he really tried to downplay these 6 books, bitch. What's good? This your girl Gemini the Queen. DJ Amber Alert is always by my side. And today, we gonna talk about Dearborn, Michigan, and what the fuck going on. They done fucked with the wrong people. I don't know why they even thought that they was about to fuck with motherfucking Dearborn people. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? So check it. There are some books that have been added. They are about gay sex. Man penetrating man. And, you know, I don't really think this has anything to do with the Muslim community in Dearborn, because I think pretty much any parents wouldn't be mad about this shit, because why are you trying to teach my kids how to fuck? Regardless, I think they'd be mad if it was a girl on boy. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere. But in Dearborn, they tripping, because hell nah. So let's listen in on when they actually had the real meeting finally, because they said they closed down the first meeting because it was too many people and it was a fire hazard, wink wink. Okay, so they're in a different location and we're gonna hear what the fuck, because this keeps on happening. You seen the teacher that's a quote unquote trans with his gigantic titties and nipples all up in the children's faces, and the teacher, the school board don't want to do nothing about it. So they had a little meeting about that too. And then, did you hear about the trans on the volleyball team that they won't make leave the goddamn locker room so the girls can change in peace and privacy without being gawked at by this person with a dick? Oh, it is national news as well. They spoke out about that too. But we're going to start here, because what the fuck? What the fuck, bitch?
And
I'm going to fast forward every now and then. Let's see.
So I know we're moving now to a new security company. And
security? Hell no. Hold on.
Sarah Grimmer digging deeper into the controversy.
This is one of the 6 books removed from Dearborn Public Schools this fall.
This book is gay.
There is graphic sexual detail. I spoke to some people who say having this in public schools is inappropriate, and some people who say it's necessary.
This isn't book banning. This is pornography.
That's Hassan Chami, a Dearborn parent who has been instrumental in the movement to remove 6 sexually explicit books, 4 of which do contain LGBTQ+.
Pause. Okay. The Lovely Bones. Are you serious? Why is that oh my. Okay, now we have Eleanor and Park, Red, White, and Royal Blue. This book is gay. Push, and All Boys Aren't Blue.
Themes from public schools.
The media and the people who are opposing our stance keep saying send a book banning. Okay, these are fear-mongering political rhetoric.
In an interview with me, Hassan expressed that he's frustrated people keep saying that this is about LGBTQ plus themes. He says it's not, but it's about the sexually explicit material, which after purchasing and reading through some of the books ourselves, we can confirm is in them, including graphic depictions of rape and instructions for finding online and performing different styles of intercourse.
What? Grinder, bitch.
We want to have these children be exposed to explicit material at such a young age.
A report by PEN America found that 41% of books being banned across the country contain LGBTQ plus themes. Kathleen Battles is a queer scholar at Oakland University. She told me she insists that this is what the fight is about. She believes these books are imperative for queer students growing up in heterosexual homes.
They might not be able to learn about that with their families, but in a different kind of environment with educators and with peers, they can learn about those things.
Is a sexually explicit material necessary, do you believe?
I think in the long run, yes, representation itself is more important than sexually explicit material. But the fact is that if you look at our broader culture, it's full of sexually explicit material.
Michigan law states media materials containing graphic and or gratuitous violence, sexual content, expletives, or hate speech, and without literary or educational merit should not be included in our school media centers. The Dean of University Libraries at Oakland University tells me school librarians know this and they follow a detailed process when picking out books.
I trust that expertise because it's not a willy-nilly, oh, this looks good, I think I'll put it in the collection. No, there are standards and there are policies that guide what we select for our collections.
Across Michigan, the fight continues. In the last year, these books have been removed from Troy, Rochester, and Novi public school libraries. In Ottawa County, residents defunded their only library because of its LGBTQ plus collection. In Hillsdale, residents tried to ban books containing transgender themes. Experts say they haven't seen this level of opposition in schools since the 1980s.
I think that
like fucking with the 80s babies.
It pushes against
we the parents
beliefs,
now,
their
stupid
religious beliefs, their moral beliefs. But at the end of the day, you know, LGBTQIA kids exist. And they're going to exist whether you ban books.
It's supposed to be a safe place.
Care about
it's supposed to be an environment away from politics, away from progressive ideology.
In Rochester, Sarah Grimmer, 7 Action News.
Obviously, an issue will continue to follow.
Man, they on some bullshit. So, okay, I just had to do that so we could get it, you know, a pretty good understanding of what the fuck for real. So now we're going to go to the school board meeting and see what's up. It's been a mess. Listen to it.
Next speaker.
I'm asking that everyone be calm and respectful. And I want to remind everyone that you need to address the board. Don't address the audience. Address the board.
Next speaker is Ms. Judith Jones. Would like to address the board on banning books.
Come on.
Judith Jones?
Judith Jones. Judith Jones is a Caucasian lady. She looks red.
My name is Dr. Judith Jones. I'm a third generation born and raised in Dearborn. I went off to study, married, and raised my family. I returned in my old age to teach and live near my family. I am not in favor of banning any books in Dearborn. If parents do not want their children to read a book, they should not allow them to do that.
What?
But to foist their views of one group of citizens on the rest of Dearborn doesn't work either. This is what Hitler did.
It's one person clapping.
And we all know how that worked out.
5 people clapping. They said it's what Hitler did.
As a society, we are richer if we do not limit what others can read. To ban books is to close our minds to learning from people who are different.
Yeah, let's learn about butt fucking kids.
I'm not going to read the message from my sister. Patricia Hartshorn, a lifelong Dearborn resident. She was at the meeting Monday, but is unable to attend tonight. What I love about Dearborn today is our diversity. Diversity is our strength.
Diversity
I appreciate
in
the
Dearborn?
wonderful staff and students my 4 children interacted with at Edsel Ford. My kids' friends were from
Oh, this is Edsel Ford.
I am a member of the American Federation of Teachers organization at U of M Dearborn. I taught science to over 1,000 teachers in 28 years at U of M Dearborn. Many of my students work in Dearborn Public Schools.
She's shaking
my
like a bat.
husband
Taught
taught
shake
grade
out.
math at Woodworth. I love teachers.
I love
Citizens like me believe in free access to information and a safe, inclusive learning environment for all. Right now, there are people among us trying to divide this community.
So would it be okay if there was a boy looking at
We stood strong
a naked
against
girl
Terry
in
Jones
school,
when he
or it's
came
just
to Dearborn to
the
divide
it's
us.
just okay for the gay
What
people?
I saw on display
Anyway.
Monday made my heart sink, she says.
Oh.
Thank you, school board, Mr. Martin, and Dr. Groover for your hard work. What happened after your presentation was depressing. We all want the same thing. We want children to be supported. We want great schools where children can pursue
I'm
their
sorry, but I
dreams.
know for a fact Dearborn schools are not overflowing with fucking trans LGBTQ people. I'm telling you that. I bet $1 million,
Support
bitch.
our LGBT
You can't eat LGBTQ.
and our wonderful teachers.
Yeah, they laughing at her too.
Thank you for your comments.
LGBTQ.
Next speaker is Mrs. Stephanie Butler, No City, would like to speak to the
She
board
embarrassed
on
herself.
book review.
LGBT2. She can't even say it. Who paid her to come up there and say that shit, bitch? Uh-oh. It's another white woman.
So
Shit.
I'm not gonna go over the books because that's beating a dead horse.
But this is about the books.
What I am gonna talk about though is slander and
Slander?
libel. So
The white lady's trying to
you
sue.
take the white woman in the room, and then you turn thousands of Arab American Muslims into white Christian nationalists that are being led off a cliff by a sheep, insinuating that these people, some graduated from Harvard, are a bunch of idiots.
Oh,
who
okay.
can't
She's
think
on their
for
team. Oh, shit,
themselves.
bitch.
It's disgusting.
Let me clap too.
It's absolutely
Yes.
disgusting.
My bad. Okay, girl,
And
go
you
ahead.
know it.
Keep talking, girl.
So let's talk
Keep
about
talking. Yeah,
harassment.
yeah.
Let's talk about the facts. I have not even heard about your librarian from Fortson who put my information and my residence on Twitter.
Doxed?
To get doxed, knowing that I have children at home. I filed a report with this body,
Oh,
and I
this
have
is
gotten
deep.
nothing. Okay? So let's not talk about that. Alright? Let's talk about some facts. So, there's a little misconception. We're going to clear that up tonight. Did I send my daughter to the library to check out that book? 100% I did. 100% I did.
You should have went.
I knew what was in the book. However, when my daughter got to the librarian, and let me ask you,
Let's hear her
has this ever
reaction.
happened to another child, or is it just my child? Where she was asked if her mother was Stephanie Butler, to which she replied, yes, she is. Okay, well, I can't check this book out to you. Well, why can't you check this book out to me? Because your mom's on social media saying really mean things about me.
What?
And I don't feel legally that I can check this book out to you.
Oh,
Wow, so you deny
wow.
it, student. Let's talk facts. Okay, we're going to talk facts.
This is deep, y'all. I
To
don't know
where
if you
I
checked
was
it.
on the phone with my daughter the whole entire conversation till the time that Miss Hassan
Evidence.
beeped in on the other line, to which she said, Mrs. Butler, just wanted to let you know that your daughter's down here. She's trying to check out a gay book. I said, whoa,
A gay
stop
book?
right there. Miss Hassan, is this a normal book? Like, it doesn't have any sex scenes, anything like this? Obviously, I knew what was in it. She flipped through it. She said, yeah, it's good. Okay, then let her check the book out. So, you guys are slandering my name.
Damn.
And pretending that these people have no brains to think for themselves because they don't want porn in the school.
Ooh. Allah. Let me clap too, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
No city.
Yes. Shout out to Stephanie.
The board on books.
Shout out to Stephanie.
Would you please repeat the name? Oh, I'm sorry. I
Stephanie.
Good evening, board trustees, respected board trustees, superintendent, concerned parents.
All right, we have another drama.
It is quite disheartening that after so much strife and public outcry, this body has offered abysmal recourse to the parents who have clearly voiced concerns over sexually explicit, obscene, pornographic, and lewd content in their children's school library, a manifestation that subjects this body to criminal offenses under the threat of prosecution per MCL 722, sections 674 and 675.
Yes,
further, the books in question are listed among the most challenged and most censored titles nationally on the American Library Association's website. So this phenomenon is not unique to the city of Dearborn, nor its residents. Additionally, the notion that anyone is advocating to ban books is baseless, considering that our media specialists are being asked to screen, vet, and curate content for literary consumption, a process they already follow. However, the existence of these books has uncovered deficiencies in the said process. Superintendent, the statement you released was balanced. It addressed the varied sentiments around the topic, but it fell short of bringing much needed closure to this very sensitive matter. Pursuant to Michigan statute governing the public school system, MCL 380.10, parents are to be viewed as partners in our children's education. Furthermore, the law itself recognizes that it is the natural and fundamental rights of parents to determine and direct the teaching and education of their children. To that end, first and foremost, I urge this body to clearly outline that sexually explicit content will be removed permanently, not temporarily, from the collection and should not have found its way onto school library shelves. Secondly, the release statement puts the burden on the parents to have knowledge of the school library's 300,000 unique book titles, their contents, and their literary value, thereby negating the process of challenging or opting out of specific book titles.
You see, the news was lying. They said, 500,000, only 6 books, only 6.
Represents a short-sighted proposal which requires a more practical framework. Thirdly, Superintendent, the most important sentence in your release statement is the following. We are also aware that the vast majority of students in our care are minors, still learning about life in the world, and they are not ready emotionally and intellectually to process some content. I couldn't agree more and hope that we find meaningful closure to this issue so that we can focus on equally important matters.
This is what happens when your kids trust you. They tell you everything,
the health and safety
bitch.
Of our school-age children
they
and should not be tainted
asses.
by any political, religious, ideological, or ulterior agendas. That said, we put our trust in this body to act in the best interest of our students.
Okay, Faye. Faye came with the motherfucking book facts, bitch. Yep.
Would like to speak to the board on sexually explicit books.
Let's talk about it.
So I'm gonna start off by talking to the community. I hope you guys realize what elected officials have.
Please address the board.
She got loud as hell.
That's okay. Hey, stop the time while they're cutting me off.
They on their ass,
community,
bitch.
I hope you realize what the elected officials have just done.
Oh, I see a gay man.
Against us, threatening us with arrest, trying to keep us quiet, and trying to
arrest y'all.
Speaking up for our children. This shows their true feelings in regards with this situation. They have metal detectors at the door as if we are criminals.
Yeah. Well, that's because people be carrying guns, but
what are they trying to? What
don't
are you
usually
guys
be
trying
us.
to say about us? But you guys allowed Brian Stone to try to incite the crowd, and you guys didn't cut off his mic.
Oh, damn, I done missed half of it.
What does that say to you? Let me also make mention of some of the chatter that us residents are hearing. The ones vocal against the concerned parents of Dearborn. The ones accusing us of being outsiders. Perhaps the most important point that most of our community members may have overlooked.
Y'all should have never fucked with the 80s babies.
Leader or supposedly
you should have never did it.
Self-appointed spokesperson that has chosen to condone and or support the exposure of our children
to
sexually explicit content in our schools does not, I repeat, does not have children attending our public schools. They have either chosen to have their kids attend private schools, religious or otherwise, or their children have already graduated from our public school system, or they do not have children, nor do they live in our community.
Ooh, talk about it.
The bottom line is their kids have been sheltered from the indecency they are subjecting our kids to under the banner of safety, love, and tolerance. That, to me, is a definition of hypocrisy and virtue signaling. We don't want, nor do we need people tell us how to raise our children. Your job as a board is to ensure that the safety and education of our children, not to raise them. We are here to demand that the Board of Trustees hear us and implement our resolutions that we have submitted.
I'm going to take a picture of this.
Anything short of that is telling us that you feel too comfortable in your positions and that our legal rights do not matter. We are the parents. We, the parents, will not settle for anything less than what we propose through our resolutions. As I've stated previously, you sit in those chairs through our votes.
Who does he keep smiling at?
You sit in those chairs to represent our needs and our interests, not the other way around. Show us anything short of respecting the will of the people, and we will have new community members sitting in those chairs.
Got it.
Hold on. We don't play politics when it involves our children. Either respect that fully with no compromise or step down or get removed. The ball, hold on. The ball is now in your court.
And it's election time. Ooh.
Thank you for your comments. May I please remind everybody to, in the best interest of time, we've still got a lot of people that would like to be heard. Can I please remind everyone to line up when you see your names up on the screen?
Okay, white lady.
Ms. Lauren Olson of Dearborn would like to speak to the board on censorship.
Oh, yeah. Protect the children, y'all. Students first. Inspire, educate, celebrate Dearborn schools. Oh.
Go ahead.
What
My name is Lauren Olson. I am a lifelong Dearborn resident and graduate of Explc High School. Reading is a foundational skill critical to future learning and to exercising our democratic freedoms. Most of us will not travel far from where we were born, but reading helps you see what life is like somewhere else or somewhen else or from the perspective of someone very much not like you. Narratives are how humans learn best, and it's why we've used narratives since the beginning of civilization.
Why are they trying to do this to the children?
Our understanding of our world and our place in it. We can trust individuals to make their own decisions about what they read. Reading is
fundamental.
My parents never really policed what my sister and I read. In middle school, I went to Snow Branch Library constantly reading a book a day over summer vacation. In high school, I talked about books with many of my teachers, and occasionally we would exchange books we thought the other would like.
Were they about
fucking? I never did get my copy of Mouse Volume 1 back from Mr. Paz. I have read vehemently disliked Less Than Zero by Bret Easton Ellis, and it didn't even mentally scar me. I'm still an avid reader, and I am such an avid reader because I was allowed to enjoy reading. We should do everything we can to encourage reading among teens and kids. Parents have the right to guide their children's reading, but parents should not be making decisions for other parents' children. Specifically, a small group of parents should not dictate what books other people's children are allowed to read.
Literally, 4 people clap.
Just because you personally do not want your kid reading a specific book does not mean that book does not belong in the school
library. Yes, it does.
There is a parent opt-out form, which means you can keep your child from reading those specific books. And there are private school and homeschool options.
How if it's in the library?
For every student from every walk of life. Young people deserve to see themselves reflected in a library's books. Like Flamer.
Them young people ain't
I have read it. It is in no way, shape, or form pornography. It is a semi-autobiographical graphic novel about a young teen.
Graphic novel is pornography.
Grappling with the realization that he may not be straight, dealing with bullying, worrying about how his father is becoming abusive.
You're a stupid bitch. What's her name?
And ultimately deciding to live and
I'm gonna say her
discovering
name
that
when
his
it comes
friends
back,
in
'cause
fact
this
don't
bitch is
hate him
dumb.
for being gay. It is an
It's
all too
probably a
common
fake
lived
name.
experience for many in the LGBT community, and it lets kids know who may be going through something similar that they are not alone. This book's inclusion is literally about saving LGBT kids' lives. Removing and banning books from public libraries is a slippery slope to government censorship.
No, little boy,
and the
you
erosion
clapping
of
for
our
the wrong
country's
people.
commitment to freedom of expression. The challenge of these books conflates any information about or story about the LGBT
It's a graphic novel. It's not porn.
including the Explc
Stupid
librarian, for
ass.
setting up a banned books display. It's a recent tactic of the authoritarian far-right wing to call anyone part of the LGBT community or their allies child molesters. This isn't even an original take on homophobia.
It is a little child
It's very old
molesting.
hat in this country to call any queer person a child molester with no evidence other than being part of the LGBT community.
They can't say LGBTQ.
Generally, I just believe kids should be allowed to have freedom of...
How you standing up for the LGBTQ and don't know how to say it?
Next speaker,
Lauren Olson.
Holloway of Dearborn.
Stupid ass.
Would like to speak to the board on
Lauren Olson's
inappropriate
dummy.
books in our school libraries.
They paying all these actors and they're doing bad. They should get their money back for their performances. Okay.
Try bringing it closer.
I ain't seen this many white people in Dearborn in my life. Where they came from?
2022, it's been a real interesting year. I really was not expecting to be.
Unless you was at Walmart.
I'm a product of these Dearborn public schools.
Let me tell you.
Stout is my junior high school, which I attended. You'll find my family with books. We're curled up in any corner, always reading. I never thought I'd stand to boycott or to ban books, and yet here I am.
Oh, talk about it. Perfect. Right after the lady that's reading is fundamental.
They do not have the interest of my child in their minds, and yet here I am.
Hey, these babies in this.
I read one of the books, and I was very surprised to find a graphic novel, as she just spoke about, of children gathered to masturbate. Excuse my language.
What?
To masturbate into a bottle.
What?
The person who does not participate must drink whatever. Another part of the book talks about children wieners and putting
Close your eyes! Close your ears! Oh my God!
I'm a 43-year-old man and I'm embarrassed to say this stuff.
Oh,
and
wait.
yet you say
Pause.
it's
Whew. One of my children walked in. I had to cut that. I had to pause that shit. Let's reiterate what the hell he just said.
And yet here I am.
All right, let's rehear what the fuck he said about circle jerk.
I read one of the books, and I was very surprised to find a graphic novel, as she just spoke about, of children gathered to masturbate. Excuse my language, everybody. To masturbate into a bottle, with the person who does not participate must drink whatever is in that bottle. Another part of the book talks about children taking wieners and putting it up their...
Oh, not up their booties.
I'm a 43-year-old man and I'm embarrassed to say this stuff. And yet you say it's okay for this to be in the hands of my children. Shame on you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I'm with you.
Like I said, I'm a product of these Dearborn public school teachers. And my teachers, Miss Bristol, Miss Holmes, Miss Bruce, if I had uttered any of these words, would have grabbed me by my ear, dragged me to the sink, and washed my mouth out with soap.
Circle jerk. And then drink it. What the?
And how I wish they were here today to drag each one of you to that sink and wash your mouths with soap. Shame on you.
Amen.
Shame on you. Shame on you.
Point them out. To shame.
Next speaker is
Cliff.
Next speaker is Miss Yasmin Al-Mauri. Would like to speak to the board on age-inappropriate books in our libraries. Miss Yasmin
Would you please repeat the name?
Yasmin Al-Mauri? Not here. Next speaker is Miss Nicole McLean of
Where's
Dearborn. Would
Yasmin?
like to speak to the board on the book issue.
What happened?
Next speaker is Mr. Hassan Nahmi. Would like to speak to the board.
They skipped 2 people.
On sexually explicit materials and books. Next speaker is Mrs.
3 people.
Crystal Paulson, No City. would like to speak to the books on the Me Too. Mr. Speaker.
4 people.
Next speaker is Mr. Harry Saleh, would like to speak to the board on no hate speech. Next speaker is Dr. Sterniak of Canton, would like to speak to the board about respect we owe our children.
Is anybody
Mrs.
there?
Vivian.
Damn.
C, it doesn't say the last name, of Canton, would like to speak to the board.
They skipping people, y'all. They skipping.
You were delayed or... Okay, I'm sorry for the confusion. What is your name, please? Viviani, would you please go
They
back
tried
to
to
him?
skip her.
I'm sorry, Trustee
I
Moss.
don't know where I was at. I pushed pause.
Yeah, we did have you. So go ahead.
Good evening. I would like to address the board and say that I'm not from the community, but I'm from Canton. And the reason I came was because we need to support all the parents. The children are in jeopardy all around the country.
Okay, nice.
It's very clear from the many ways the children are being attacked with the ideology, the sexual ideology that's perverting the schools. And this is not only in the schools, it's all over with Proposal 3, the way that's going to be embedded in the Constitution of Michigan, that parents will have no say, will have no rights in their children's option to go and get castration, sterilization. So it all starts here in the schools.
Talk about
it. It is being embedded, it's coming, it's sneaking into the families, and it is very concerning. Being from Canton, I see this as an issue that doesn't affect just Dearborn. It affects all of us. Because if Dearborn, with the supports and everyone that you see here tonight, if Dearborn falls, the entire country will fall. We will have no place to go. And as an immigrant, like a lot of us here, where do we go?
Dearborn,
where do we hide? Do we go to Canton? Do we go to Dearborn Heights? Do we go back home? As some people here have said, these are not American values. This is not how we were founded. This is not how it should be. You need to repent. Everyone here need to repent and allow the children to be kids, to learn. Where are the academics? My daughter, Isabella, was the one that was said the Pledge of Allegiance. She loves this country. We love the country. And we all value education. I know a lot of people here, they value education. They've been to college. And it all starts here with the public schools. So why don't you focus on education? Where is the math? Where is the reading? Where is the history? Where are the strong values that we all came here seeking? Where is that? That's the question. I want you to go tonight, and when you lay your head on the pillow, I want you to ask that. Where are those values? And if Dearborn falls, where do we go? Thank you.
Home with all that motherfucking money. Ooh, it's a threat.
Would like to speak to the board on separation of church and state and history of Dearborn.
Ooh. We're not going to be able to get through all of this. Yikes. Oh, it's a black woman with a rainbow shirt on. Oh, shit.
Parent of a student in Dearborn Public Schools. My son and my husband are with me.
On the phone?
I come to you as a community member.
You gonna cry?
I love all of you. I really do.
Please address the board.
No, that's all. That's all I have to say to the public is that I love my neighbors. That's it. I'm back.
But she's gay.
Okay?
So what's up?
However, I do disagree with them.
Duh.
And that's okay too. Okay? I want to say that to the board that there are a lot of 18 to 20-year-old voters. It's not just the people in this room.
What?
I'm going to tell you that the yellers and screamers and shouters have scared away a lot of innocent young queer kids. They have made them terrified. And I come to you today as a mother, as a member of this community, as a wife, a mother, a queer mother, and a citizen of this fine city.
You queer, but
some of us may not be old enough to remember.
I'm confused. Shit.
I'm going to pull up his name. I want to get it right. Orville Hubbard was a segregationist who...
Oh my God. I know your black ass is not.
And that is not what this community stands for. We really want to stay together. Bitch. But the only time I ever hear people say the word pedophile or filth or disgusting is when they're talking about people like me.
That's a fucking lie, you dirty hoe.
Who always has to fight for their right to exist. As a black woman who always has to fight for their right to exist.
Shut the fuck up.
As a queer person who has always had to fight for their right to exist. I am sick and tired of people telling me to go off and be whatever I am somewhere else. I am not going anywhere.
What are you?
I am sick of the only books that my son can read are about slavery and lynching, things that I find disgusting.
So let's talk about
those are things that I hate.
Fucking. Let's talk about circle jerking.
I find unacceptable.
Bitch, shut up.
But we are always reading about those things. We never get to read about love.
Love?
Kindness.
Circle jerking love?
If it bleeds, it leads. Anything that
Drinking
gets shot
cum is love?
Somebody gets in a car accident on Beach Daily or Gully, it's the first thing on the news.
Yeah, it does.
If a lesbian couple gets married down the street, you never hear about it.
Do we need to?
Quiet! It is my turn.
Please address the board.
They're gonna kick her ass out.
And please be respectful of the speaker.
Bitch. I know you lying. I know this.
Books are media.
Hoo-wee.
Quiet.
Quiet?
You're claiming my time. I want 5 seconds back.
Shut the hell
Please
up.
continue. Please continue now.
I will not be shouted out by people who are of a faith other than mine.
What? Oh, now you done really fucked up. You gonna make them not like black people no more, bitch. Shut up.
Thank you for your comments.
Yeah, send her that goddamn chair.
Dylan Wagner of Garden City would like to speak to the board on book banning reconsideration.
Ooh, hell nah.
Dylan?
Oh my gosh.
Next speaker is Miss Erin Burns of Dearborn would like to speak to the board on library books.
Was that Crystal? Or Vivian? I don't fucking know. Oh wait, Giovanna. It was Giovanna.
Good evening, Superintendent Maleko and our board members. Thank you for your service to our community. I know you don't have an easy job, so I appreciate the work that you do, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I'd like to start by saying unequivocally that I support our LGBTQ plus community. I always have, and I always will.
Okay.
And I appreciate the courage of our members of that community who have spoken here tonight.
I hope there's
I really
a however.
Appreciate you. You know, in Dearborn, we talk a lot about being a diverse and inclusive community. And I would like to see us live into the best of who we are by living into and realizing those values. And if we are to be a truly welcoming and inclusive community, that has to include our LGBTQ plus community members. It has to.
They just really stand behind that bullshit.
It's
giving
thank you.
no comprehension.
As a longtime educator, I know from experience that school and education is not just about making sure that our kids get A+ on their tests and their papers. Holistic, true, fundamental education is about making sure that our kids are going out into the world as critical thinkers and as adults with open minds and open hearts. And we have the opportunity as adults in this community to set that example and to live that example for our kids. I would encourage everyone to do that. Some of the language that I've heard describing the LGBTQ plus community has been incredibly harmful. Bitch. And some of the books that folks are seeking to remove from the shelves, not to not have their own kids read, but to keep any child from having access.
Want your kid reading
some of those
shit?
Books will save the lives of our LGBTQ plus kids because they mirror their lived experiences and what they're dealing with.
Do you realize, does this bitch realize she is really making it worse? Does she not realize that, bitch, you're telling us that the shit in the book is what they be living? Is there not a problem with circle jerking into a motherfucking bottle and making the one motherfucker that didn't want to circle jerk drink the cum? Are you retarded?
Speaking, thank you. My time is not up.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
Thank you, I'm speaking. Thank you.
Thank you,
I am speaking, thank you. Again, I would encourage everyone to live into the best of who we are, to be the diverse and welcoming community that we claim to be and that we absolutely can be.
Absolutely
Thank you to our board members for your time tonight, and thank you to our educators, our librarians, who I trust and respect. Thank you.
Next speaker is Mr. Jim Xually of Dearborn Heights. Would like to address the board on books.
I need to get a boo.
My name's Dylan. I was before Aaron.
Hello, Dylan.
What was your name?
Dylan.
Just one moment. We're going to find the card.
Dylan. Hashtag Red Ford.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening.
Hold on just a moment because we missed this gentleman that was called first.
Okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, Dan.
Good evening, governing board, our superintendent. My name is Dylan Wagella. I am a high school teacher here in Dearborn at Dearborn High, speaking as an individual. I love this community, and I love my students, and I will fight for them every day of my life. A couple statistics I want to start with. 40% of the homeless youth in our country are LGBTQ+. LGBTQ+ youth are 3 to 5 times more likely to complete suicide. I bring this up because when I think about my classroom, I want this to be a space where
many gay
everybody
kids,
is welcome, regardless of race, nationality, immigration status, religion, sexual orientation, gender identity, you name it. My students, I believe, have always felt welcome. For everybody in this room, I will, no matter what student comes into the classroom, I have their back, and my students know that.
Oh, these are disgusting people.
But students don't feel safe in our schools. Look at Monday. They don't feel safe. We're worried about indoctrination when our staff isn't even comfortable enough to be out in public to our schools. Our students aren't comfortable being out. At my high school, the Gay Straight Alliance poster has been ripped off the wall in my school 5 times last year.
Well, stop putting it up.
Our posters vandalized.
That means nobody wants to see that shit.
Than books, because if it was about books, the main book, This Book is Gay, was actually never checked out by a Dearborn student ever. Period. It wasn't. Not one time. The main book of concern, asked the district.
Again, you're proving the point of the people, jackass. Why is it even there? Ain't nobody reading it.
Has not been checked out. So what are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
It has not been checked out. This is greater.
Retarded, boy.
This is a greater thing going on in our country. It is an attempt to destroy our public education.
What?
There is a movement to discredit what we are doing. We need to stand together and fight against that.
No.
There's a movement to privatize your schools, to have charters come in here so that people can make a profit off of it. I've seen it. I've taught in other states.
They just
I've taught in
don't want to get
Arizona,
fired.
where people are making millions of dollars off of public education money. We need to make sure.
Look, we about to get up out of here. One thing, if you're still here, I gotta say, did you know for the most part, teachers can't get fired because they're in a union? Therefore, all these crazy antics and shit that they be doing and they don't give a fuck is because they can't get fired. But one thing they can get is motherfucking sued or busted up. So, whoa. See y'all later on the flip side.
What's the deal? It's your boy Rodney the Boss, multi-platinum and Grammy Award-winning producer of Lil Wayne on the Carter 3, Plies, Lil Boosie, Mr. Magic, Rocco. The list just goes on, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with my girl, Amber Alert, on the Takeover on the AATI network.
Hey, it's Riff. You rocking with Gemini the Queen.
What up, man? It's your boy DJ Nothing Nice, Deminar DB, Orlando, Florida. You know, the palm tree lifestyle, that's how we get down. Grammy member, engineer, producer, RIAA member, you know, just entrepreneur worldwide, you know, just rocking, doing what we do right here, you know what I'm saying? With your homegirl, Gemini the Queen, on Amber Alert. you know, we're just doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're doing the big boy things. You know what I'm saying? Doing the big boy things. You know what I'm saying? You got to do the big boy things. You feel me, player? But it is what it is, man. Holla at your boy, man. DJ Nothing Nice, man. We in here, man. Let's go. Blah.